Duverger's law. During a university election simulation, a group of political science students were asked to run a mock national election. The class divided itself into several political parties. At first, 5 different parties were created. Each party had its own ideas and policies, and students were excited to represent different viewpoints. When the campaign started, every party tried to attract voters from the class. But the election system used a simple rule. Whoever gets the most votes in a district wins the seat. As the election day approached, something interesting began to happen. Students started realizing that some smaller parties had very little chance of winning. Even if people liked those parties, they feared that voting for them might waste their vote. Because of this, many students began shifting their support toward the 2 largest parties that seemed most likely to win. Gradually, the smaller parties lost support. Their voters moved to one of the 2 major parties in order to influence the final result. By the time the election took place, almost the entire class was choosing between just 2 main parties. After the simulation ended, the professor explained that the class had unintentionally demonstrated an important idea in political science. A French political scientist named Maurice Duverger had observed that in countries using single-member district, winner-takes-all voting systems, political competition often tends to concentrate around 2 major parties. Voters avoid supporting small parties because they believe those parties cannot win, and politicians also prefer joining larger parties to improve their chances of victory. This tendency became known as Duverger's law. It explains why countries with this type of electoral system, such as the United States and the United Kingdom, often develop strong 2-party political systems. The students realized that their classroom election had followed the same pattern. What started as a competition between many parties naturally shifted into a contest between 2 major groups, an example of Duverger's law in action. In electoral systems where the candidate with the most votes wins the seat, political competition often shifts toward 2 major parties. Voters tend to support larger parties to avoid wasting their votes, and smaller parties gradually lose support. This pattern is explained by Duverger's law.